Hi everyone! Welcome to Monica's Singapore Kitchen. Today I'll be sharing with you the tips on how to make soft and fluffy chicken pumpkin paus. I will also give you tips on how to make aromatic, flavorful and juicy filling for our paus. Normally, these meat paus are white in color. Since I have just harvested an organic pumpkin from my backyard garden, I thought it would be interesting to add pumpkin to my paus. The addition of pumpkin not only makes the paus healthier, they also add a pop of color to them. Come along with me to see how these paus are made. First, we need to make the filling. Heat up 2 tablespoons of oil. We are going to stir fry our minced garlic, 10 cloves of them, until it is golden in color. So we need to stir fry them to release the garlicky aroma and to make it crispy. So once it is golden color like that, put it aside. We also need to stir fry the onions until golden brown to caramelize the onions, making it extra flavorful and fragrant. So continue to stir fry it, and it should look something like this. It is very, very fragrant at this point. Put it aside. And cool it, spread it out and cool it. So here we have 400 grams of minced chicken. You can use minced pork if you do eat pork, or minced beef. We need to flavor this by putting in 5 spice powder, 1 teaspoon of it, half teaspoon of pepper, 1 tablespoon of light soya sauce, half tablespoon of fish sauce, 1 tablespoon of oyster sauce, and 2 teaspoons of dark soya sauce. So mix all these ingredients thoroughly, and we are going to stir in one direction. Stirring it in one direction promotes the protein structure to form a larger net that can trap moisture, thus making our filling springier and more juicy after cooking. So here we are. This is the tip that we are going to make juicy, springy filling. Then we are going to add the chicken stock a little at a time. Stir it so that the stock is absorbed by the meat. Once you add a little bit, you stir it until the chicken stock is all absorbed by the meat before you put in the next bit of chicken stock. So now our meat looks jiggly. It looks moist but not watery. It smells so good even though we have not cooked it yet. So add in our fried garlic, fried onions, and our diced fresh spring onions. There are 4 stalks of them. I use fresh because it is more aromatic. So stir and mix well. It smells so good. So once it's mixed well, pour it into a container, preferably a flat container, so that we can flatten the mixture and it has an even height, and we can divide it into 16 portions. Approximately equal portions. Okay, let's put this aside in the fridge. Now let's prepare the dough. Let's start off by preparing our pumpkin. I have just harvested the pumpkin from my garden. This is a rather large pumpkin. It's approximately 2 kg. I need not use all of it. Probably I'll steam half of this pumpkin and then extract 120 grams of pumpkin puree from it. So Now what we're going to do is to cut the pumpkin. So pumpkin is very tough, so be careful when you cut it. So I normally cut it into half first. Wow, beautiful. Nice color. So okay, scrape out the seeds. And then I'm going to use half of this pumpkin. First, I cut it into smaller sizes. Cut it into four pieces. And then we need to take out the skin. So I normally just take out the skin after I cut it into smaller slices. Do the same for all the others, and then chop it into chunks like this. And put it into a container ready for steaming. Okay, we are going to steam it for 20 minutes over high heat. "20 minutes later, our pumpkin is cooked. So do not throw away the juice that comes out from the steaming. Just use a fork and mash the pumpkin until it forms a puree like this and put it aside. Now we are going to make the pau dough. We have 500 grams of pau flour, add 120 grams of sugar, 2 teaspoons of instant yeast, and 1 teaspoon of baking powder. So we're going to give this dry ingredients a thorough mix. And then we're going to make a small well at the center of this mixture. Add in our wet ingredients, starting with the pumpkin puree. And then water. Add water a little bit at a time because different brands of flour has different moisture content, so we need to control the amount of water. So stir the flour from the center and incorporate the flour as we go along until you get pieces of flour like this. Then we are going to use our fingers, our hand, to press all these pieces together until it forms a rough dough. Something like this. So at this point, we are going to add butter. So we are going to put the butter, about 2 tablespoons of it, at the center of the dough. And then cover this butter by folding the dough over it. Okay, so we are going to incorporate the butter by kneading our dough. So put it on a surface, dust the surface before kneading. So our plan is to knead it for 8 minutes. I do it by hand as I do not have a stand mixer. So the kneading process involves pushing the heel of my palm into the dough and stretching it away from me. Lift the dough from the far side up, then slightly stretch. Then slightly stretch it away from you. Lift the dough from the far side and then stretch again upwards, then fold it into half back towards you. Continue rolling and folding for about 8 minutes until you get a smooth, elastic dough. Yep. So the kneading is important because we want to achieve smooth, elastic, and better structured dough. It also enables the ingredients to spread the carbon dioxide bubbles, causing even fermentation. So we're going to proof it for 20 minutes, and after 20 minutes of proving, it looks something like this. It is a lot softer now. So flour the surface, and we are going to make 2 sets of rolls and folds. we're going to roll it out and then fold into half, roll it out and fold into half again. So the purpose of doing this is to break up the irregular bubbles formed during our proofing. This enables us to achieve smaller and even-sized air bubbles, making our paus lighter and fluffier. So just have to roll it out. By rolling it out, you're breaking the bubbles that were formed during the first proving. So then you fold it into half. Always remember to flour your surface so that there's no sticking going on. Okay, we're going to do it one more time. We're going to roll and then fold again. Okay, like this. Okay, so now we are ready to roll it out into a flat piece, rectangular piece, something like this. Then fold from the shorter side as though you are folding a Swiss roll. Just roll it this way. Okay, and then try to roll and stretch until you get a long, even lock. Cut this into 16 equal pieces. Okay, so we have finished cutting. Dust it so that these pieces do not stick to one another, and then put it under a bowl, or you can wrap it with cling wrap to prevent drying out. Then we're going to take one piece and then roll this one piece into a disc of about 12 cm in diameter. So while we roll, make sure the sides are thinner than the center. We need to pleat this our pau, and then we do not want our pau to be too doughy on top. So that's why we make the sides thinner. So take 1 tablespoon of the filling that we have prepared earlier, and then we start making the pleats. Make the first pleat and push subsequent pleats towards the previous pleats, making sure that the thumb is always anchored on the first pleat. Continue pleating until you reach the last pleat. Pinch all these pleats together to seal the dough, something like this. Okay, then I use cupcake liners for our pau, and then gently squeeze it so that it is a little bit more regular in shape and a little bit taller. We don't want to make flat paus. So put the paus on a steamer. I managed to put 8 paus in one stack of steamer. So I need 2 steamers, 2 stacks of it, because I have 16 paus. Okay, continue doing until you finish all the paus. Then fill up a wok with some cold temperature, room temperature water. Then you proof our paus for 20 minutes over this room temperature water. Remember to cover them to prevent drying. So after 20 minutes of proofing, turn on the burner to high and bring the water to boil. When the water starts to boil, turn the flame to medium and steam for 20 minutes. After 20 minutes, turn off the flame and wait for 5 minutes to ensure that our paus do not collapse when they hit the cold air. Wow! Look at our juicy pau. We are rewarded with lovely paus. This bright yellow color never fails to cheer me up. It smells so good too. Let's take a look and see what's inside one of the paus. Look at how juicy the filling is. The wrapper is fluffy and slightly sweet, which complements perfectly with the flavorful filling. Leftover paus can be stored in the fridge in an airtight container for up to 5 days or in the freezer for up to 1 month. Reheat paus for 15 minutes over high heat. You need not defrost them before reheating. They will taste just as delicious as though they were freshly made. I hope you will give this recipe a try soon, and as always, happy cooking!